Imagine your data pipeline looks similar to this graph. The pink box represents a stage, which is an individual data process. Dependencies are the files that a stage depends on, such as parameters, Python scripts, or input data. Now, imagine dependencies 2 changes. The standard approach is to rerun the entire pipeline again. This approach works, but is inefficient. Would it be better to run only the stages whose dependencies change? That is when the combination of DVC and GitHub Actions comes in handy. In this video, you will learn how to use GitHub Actions to run a workflow when you push a commit and use DVC to run stages with modified dependencies. Ultimately, combining these two tools will help reduce the friction and the amount of time needed to experiment with different parameters, code, or data. The code used in this video can be found in the comment of this video. First, let's learn how to run modified stages with DVC pipelines. For those who are not aware of DVC, it is a system for data version control. It is like Git, but it is used for data. DVC pipelines allow you to specify the individual data processes, which are called stages. Let's create a DVC pipeline by creating 2 stages in the file dvc.yam. In summary, the process data stage processes raw data, and the train stage trains the processed data. Now, what does this code do? If we look at the process data stage, we can see that we specify different values for different options. CMD specifies the command to run the stage. In this case, it is Python and the path to the process.data file. Depth specify the files the stage depends on, and in this case, it is data raw and source process data.py. Params is a special kind of dependency, which is parameters. And in this case, I specify the path to the configuration file that contains all the values for the parameters. Else specify the directory for the outputs of the stage. And in this case, the outputs are in the directory intermediate inside the directory data. We can see that the option of train is very similar to the option of process data, except plus. Plus is just a special kind of output, which is plot. And here we specify the output directory of plot to be image. Cool, now we have specified the pipeline in dvc.yam. Let's run the pipeline by typing dvc repro, which stands for reproduce. There are quite a bit in this output because I use prefix, but essentially, we can see that DVC first starts with verify the data sources, which is data raw.dvc, and then it runs the stage process data. After running process data, DVC run the stage train. And after all of that, DVC update the log file in dvc.log. So essentially, this command runs every stage in the pipeline. It caches the runs results and it creates the dvc.log file that looks like this. This file describes what data and dependencies to use and which command to generate the pipeline results. This file will be tracked on Git. This makes it easy to reproduce a specific result. DVC repro is especially useful when you rerun the pipeline after changing the dependencies of some stages. Let's try to change the file source segment.py, which the train stage depends on, and see what happens. For the sake of demonstration, I will just change the space here. And then I save it. Now I'll run DVC repro again. Cool. You can see that DVC skip verifying the data source and running the process data stage because they both didn't change. However, it run the stage train again because some dependencies of this stage change. This is pretty cool because it prevents us from wasting time on unnecessary reruns. Now, to track the changes in the pipeline with Git, run git add dvc.log And we can send the updates to the remote storage using DVC push. Cool. So that's it about DVC pipeline. In the next video, you will learn how to run the DVC pipeline when pushing a commit with GitHub Actions. Thank you for listening.